And now it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod, Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod, Rick Maxa. We're in the mighty 1090 studios with the one and only, the legendary Captain Jim Hughes from the Cortez. You stay tuned. This is going to be an action-packed show on Southern California's sport fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
Rancho Leonero is very family-oriented. People have brought their children down, and now they're bringing their children. It's not unusual to have 3 generations of family at the hotel. Grandpa, Dad, and normally sons, sometimes daughters. The families come back year after year, and it's a safe place for the kids. It's small, it's intimate. Right on the water, 2 miles of beachfront. The water's very shallow in front. There's no currents to speak of, no waves. We have childcare, $10 a day for a babysitter. Security is high at Rancho Leonero. It's really unnecessary, but it adds up comfort level. And we really do encourage the families. It's a great place for family reunions, family get-togethers, weddings. We do it all. 1-800-646-2252, 646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. There's nowhere that I could think of to have the same atmosphere and the same experience that you get at Rancho Leonero. We love families.
Yamaha Outboards Say Yes to Reliability sales event is here. For a limited time, purchase an eligible new 2.5 to 115 horsepower 4-stroke and get 5 years of warranty protection plus up to $500 in dealer credit. New 150 to 300 horsepower 4-strokes get 6 years of warranty protection. Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Visit your local Yamaha dealer today. Offer ends March 31st, 2019, subject to change at any time. Other restrictions and conditions apply. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. This promotion cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
We all need to get around, but we all need something different from our vehicles. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have you covered if you're looking for a new truck this month. Plus, it's SUV season, so they have great deals for everyone. Whether it's a new EcoSport that is nimble and fun around town, or the Ford Explorer that is capable of putting a boat in the water and has seating for 7, Ford has you covered. Ford trucks and SUVs aren't just powerful and legendary. They have the latest technology that helps you seamlessly connect your smartphone and ensure you're safe on the road. Features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist on trucks are truly a game changer at the ramp, helping you back up a trailer by simply turning a knob on the dash and doing the hard work for you. So check out all the great deals during SUV season and save some money on the right gear for you. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealers today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
You've heard all about it. You know the anglers catching fish have it, so what's holding you back? It's a fact. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish-finding service with a spotter plane along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. You can get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com is for everyone, whether you have your own boat, fish on your friend's boat, or a sport boat. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. So bottom line is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, you're probably missing a lot of bites. Membership costs less than $50 of gas, and that's for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, use this special code to save $20 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
All right. Hey, Captain Jim Hughes. It's a rare occasion we get Jim off the boat because he's either on the Cortez or the Royal Polaris, one or the other. You're always working, man.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
It's try to stay busy.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeps you young.
You do real good at it.
Well, great to have you in here. We were talking about bluefin tuna on the Cortez this past spring, summer, and fall. Did you have any numbers? I mean, how many you put on that boat?
No.
No, a lot.
A lot.
No, it was good fishing. It was good fishing for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I know we had 5 over 3. And
over 300 pounds.
And then we had several in the 200s, a lot of that 150s, plus the 60-pounders.
Yeah.
We stay busy.
Yeah. So on the Cortez, are you using all methods?
We're not on the envelope. We're way off the envelope. We try whatever.
Do whatever it takes.
That's right.
Yeah.
We dead flyers, live flyers, dead squid, live squid, sardines, sinker rigs, PL-68. We did it all.
Yeah. You caught them on PL-68?
Yes, we did.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I know that all of your colleagues, everybody, fishermen, friends, but you and your crew in particular are no stranger to all those, long-range techniques being used in our backyard.
Exactly.
Kite fishing and scooping live baits like that. And, I mean, everybody's savvy, and with a little bit of info, they'll get right on it. But you guys got a lot of experience, quote-unquote, long-range fishing for fish that are, in our backyard.
Well, I've had some good mentors in that long-range part of it, I mean, and that's what's good about going out during the winter time, because you see different stuff.
Totally.
And then can I apply this, to our fishing? We do day and a half and 2.5, so I can apply it.
Yeah.
So that's what you do on the Cortez, day and a half, 2.5 days.
Yes.
Yeah. And you wait a minute. This guy's mentored more guys in the fleet than anybody. Who is the mentor to the mentor, Jim Hughes? Who are they? I mean, can you name some names?
Well, as far as fishing techniques, Roy worked for me for like 10 or 12 years. And now I go work for him.
You work for him.
He's got that long-range thing down a little bit.
Is there anybody in the world that's more fishy than that guy, just in general?
You know what? That guy I don't know. He just let's go, we're going here, and he guts it out. And he's really into the 24-hour period. You got to see what the situation is for 24 hours, and that really, really helps.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get there in the afternoon. I want to see what it's going to do this evening. I want to see what it's going to do tonight, what it's going to do tomorrow morning, at least that whole 24-hour period. And then you can make a decision.
Okay.
And it makes a difference.
Wow. And he's getting them now on the Royal Polaris, right?
Yeah. I think he's down at the bank there. I know he's got several over 2, and he's got at least a 3.
Wow.
I think Renee's down there closer to the peninsula, and he's doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's on a 7-day fly down, fly back on the Shogun, and getting some big ones.
Yeah. He's posting every day, so you can tell that, he's
closer to home.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So anyway, Roy Rose, you going to name any other names for us?
Frank's doing a good job.
Frank, yeah. Frank.
No, I just.
Did you ever fish with Steve Loomis?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a legendary guy right there.
That first year we got on all that big fish on the peninsula, he was on the boat.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He was there.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
Steve is an impressive guy.
Well, he started at Seaforth a long time ago.
Did he really?
Yeah. I think our original brochure had him on the back of the original Seaforth. And
didn't know that.
Yeah. And the whole, sort of a round stern, pumpkin seed type with a bunch of yellowtail. Him standing in the back.
That's cool.
He looked like he was about 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you been doing this thing?
It started in 68.
68.
So we're looking right at 50 years.
50 years. Wow. And no stopping you.
I hope not.
Yeah. Indeed.
No, I'm going to keep going. It's, it's like I say, one thing about sport fishing in general, it's a box of chocolates. Every day is different. Every day they're character builders. That's one of Steve's favorite terms. Fishing's a character builder. You can have good ones, bad ones, and middle.
That's the truth. And the Cortez, you run out of Seaforth Sport Fishing. Why don't you tell us about the boat for those of our listeners?
It's a Seaway, 60 foot. We do day and a half and 2.5. We're 99% charters. I think we ran 3 open party trips this last year, and I think 2 the year before. We stay busy. We can sleep 23, but most of my groups are, I would say, 14, 15, 16, 17 people.
Mostly charter.
Mostly charter, yeah.
And then you do a few open parties when the time available.
Yes. If we got an opening spot, we try to slip one in there.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of open party boats now at Seaforth, so it's hard to get in the lineup.
Yeah.
But we have to do something different than everybody else.
Sure.
So.
And pretty much all day and a half to 2.5 day.
Yes. Yeah. That's the best value for the customers. I mean, because you get that quote-unquote 24-hour period thing. Trying to run a one-day trip is what I found is, you're depending on where the fish are, they could be 60, 70, 80 miles. You turn around and leaving at noon to get back in, turn around.
Sure. Tough one.
And price of fuel and everything like that just worked out where the fish are 100 miles. We can leave early, get down there, be in there in the morning, fish all day, and come back up, and there's no rush.
Right. Yeah. 2.5 day trip, you get a full day of fishing.
Yes.
2.5 day, you get two full days of fishing.
Yeah.
That's a nice program.
Yeah, and it don't matter where that fish is. It could be 150 miles.
Yeah.
Or it could be 60 miles.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A lot of close fish this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's all right.
60 miles is close for you guys, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, that's close,
Yeah.
There's fishing 40 miles.
Yeah.
You see the three-quarter day boats all putting in good scores and stuff like that. So, no, there's fish to be caught all over.
Absolutely. Some very fishy guys over at C4 Sport Fishing, too, right?
There's
that you work with
good group
there?
of guys.
Yeah.
Good group of guys. They all fish hard. They all, really work hard for the customers and stuff like that, and try to put guys in. They don't really care about the aspects of not catching. They're all into catching.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So they want to catch fish.
Yeah, they do.
Some good team members there. So how does one get a charter on the Cortez? Are you pretty booked out for 2019?
We're filling it up pretty fast.
Are you?
We're probably, I'm guessing, 80% booked right now.
No kidding.
So
80% on
fish
charter.
all the way into middle of November.
Wow. And when do you start?
Right around the 1st of June.
1st of June.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
And that's saying something because our seasons, these last couple of years have been so unconventional, starting earlier and going longer. And, you hate to say it, but, you can just about set your watch to it the last couple of years. It goes a lot, in the old days of it being over, at the end of September are not the case anymore.
Oh, absolutely
some of our
not.
best fishing the last few years has been real early and real late.
Yeah, in the fall, and then, like you said, the last couple of years, we have fish there in, April, May, and June.
Yeah.
Good fishing.
So if they're here, can you get up and going?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. People call you up and go, come on, Jim, let's go catch some tuna.
We have charter masters go, I got 7, 8 guys. You can pick up 6 or more. Let's go. Roll.
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah. So if you have a charter master that has not filled all the spots, does that happen sometimes?
Oh, yeah,
Call your office?
Yep. Well, yeah, they call me up or whatever. Everybody, all of them got my personal phone number.
Yeah.
And they call me up and say, hey, I need 2 guys. Hey, I can pick out from a bunch of other groups.
Yeah.
They want to go. Because there's a lot of times guys only have 2 or 3 charters for the season, but they still want to go fishing.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to say,
I'll put you on the list.
Yeah. Well, I'll put you on the list, or I'll call them right up, and they'll say they're on instant. They'll get on there.
That's cool.
A guy that's been doing this for 50 years, Captain Jim Hughes, what really makes you tick? What really gets you excited in the fishing world?
Competition.
That's a good answer.
Competition.
Yeah.
It does. Competition breeds good business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And anything you're doing.
All the way up and down the coast.
Yeah.
We got good guys all the way from Point Conception south that work in this fleet, and they all want to catch fish. They all want to do good.
And you all want to win.
And everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
And fishing hard, and you want to get your customers. A lot of times I don't really care about what everybody else is catching as long as I'm focusing on my guys, see what they can catch and what they can do, and how we can help them out.
How do you figure it out? That's a thing too. Is you go out there every day, and you see obviously if you do it every day, you can figure out easier than the guy that goes out once a week or once every other week. How do you figure it out though when you're going out there to be that number one guy?
You know what? Going out every day is important. More water time, because I tell you, and I've seen it in myself, is you miss 2 or 3 days like that, it's a different ocean when you get back out there. That fish moves 6, 7 miles. It's on something else. You look at 3 years ago, that fish was biting squid and sardines. Then they go to the flat fall thing. They start like that. Last year, biting those freaking yummy flyers like they're going out of style. This year, not so much.
Yeah.
Got on the live flyers. So you see changes. And it's important to pay attention to what everybody else is doing.
Not be complacent.
Yeah, exactly. That fish up there by San Clemente Island this year, it was there all year.
All year.
And it was all the way up from the upper west end of the island all the way down to way below the island. And guys, there was a good spread. And, and then it moved out to the west a little bit, and then it came back in. Everybody thought it was disappearing in August, late August, and early September. It took a big giant loop, went all the way down below, and came right back up and was back on there.
Wow.
So.
And what causes that stuff to move? What's it doing?
Bait, current, water, they're all factors. When they came back out, when it got back in there, it got in even shallower. I mean, guys are catching 100-pounders in 40 fathoms of water.
That's crazy.
And it got in tight. And then, we had the Navy guys wanted to keep the guys off the island, and especially they put it out on their webpage when the island's going to be closed and stuff like that. And the guys had to move over like that. Well, the same thing as when they closed the islands down below. Guys had to fish different, go find something else. Mm-hmm. That's what they did. Well, the same thing happened up here. When the guys had to get off the island, they found fish farther down below or the deeper canyon. There's fish around.
Yeah. So when Jim Hughes is firing up the Cortez and leaving C4 sport fishing with his passengers, how do you decide where to go?
I find out what everybody, I was there in the morning. I got back that morning usually, 90% of the time, and I'm leaving that evening early. And I'm finding out what everybody else did during that day, because they got what we did the day before. So they'd say, oh, it's all the way up, moved up 6-7 miles.
And network and communication between the boats is better now than it ever has been before. With dispatch, you're in touch with everybody. The guys that are on a 1-day or on a 3-day or down at the hurricane bank, you're.
And the co-group thing's almost a thing of the past with the dispatch. Dispatch eliminated, especially for guys who've been around for a long time. You can just talk to all the groups, find out what everybody's doing, get a little bit of information. It's a give and take thing.
Yeah.
So
it's no more scrambled radios. It's almost like a cell phone on the water. You got to talk to somebody, whether it be from here or up north or somebody from an Orange County fleet or whatever. You see this boat in the gyros, and you.
I would say the guys on the Parkers now have the scrambled radios. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. You know all about that.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, so Jim, you water charts, that kind of thing really isn't as important as just the
information. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, no, we go out with that information. Everybody does. See what it, especially...
Water moves, right?
Yeah. You have groups, especially on the 2.5 days, they want to go put some fish on the boat, and that yellowfin was biting down below. So then, it was not unusual for us to make 140-mile moves during the night and get back up to the island and fish the second day.
Wow.
There was a lot of boats that did that.
Yeah.
They go down below, catch some yellowtail, some yellowfin tuna, and then go right back up to the island the next day.
Fish trophies.
Yeah. And then other groups say, no, we're bluefin only. That's what they want to do, so.
Wow.
They take their count in. And a lot of the stuff there wasn't a lot of midday bites, but there was some late morning bites where it went from nighttime into the early, as late as 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it would start maybe biting again like at 4 o'clock. But there wasn't a lot of midday stuff. So these guys had to get some rest during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Sure. So you work hard all year, and then in the winter you run the Royal Polaris. Why? Do you just love long-range fishing?
Why?
Yeah. I like staying busy.
Yeah.
I'm sure my wife would like me to stay around and do a lot more housework. And I need to. But on the other side, I like being out fishing and working.
I like it.
Yeah.
And Frank's got to take care of his regular crew, but there's other times where, if I can substitute in, I go.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Something about long-range fishing that.
It's awesome.
It's like
it is.
It's a totally different deal.
It's the ultimate.
And like I say, I could pick up more information, see what's different, what's new. We got guys that come out with, brand new different rods, reels, and stuff like that. Hey, what works best?
Yeah.
Yeah. To hear these guys that are catching these big fish down below, this giant yellowfin tuna, and Renee on the Shogun showing off those pictures, and Roy on the Royal Polaris down there at the bank right
330 pounder on the Shogun right now.
Yeah, it just, you see those pictures and it's just, you want to go, man.
Yeah.
You just
totally.
It's just something about that long range fishing that isn't the same as running around here catching bluefin tuna.
No, it's not. It's different. It's a different kind of fishing.
Yeah.
It is. They say it might, for somebody that's been at 1 and 1, it's gone one long range trip and one. They might think it's sort of the same, but it's not.
It's not.
It's different.
It's all good.
Oh yeah, there's nothing bad about it.
You damn right it is.
There's nothing bad about it. No, we've had some. Steve Crook dropped us off a sheet of where that bluefin has been the last. I think it's 5, 6, 7 for this year, as far as the total amount over the last 20 years. But the thing is, you have to look at it as we brought down the limit to 2 fish.
Right.
But actually the fishing was probably better this year. But you look at like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when we were catching all the 60, 80 pounders, there was some good fishing to be had.
Yeah. And that stuff's still around, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today. Captain Jim Hughes of the Cortez, tons of knowledge right here in the studio right now.
Yeah, going to be such a blast. And you said it best. Talk about a guy that's done it, going to do it again, from local fishing to long-range fishing to boats and everything in between. We're so stoked to have Jim in here. Like Pete was saying, it's not easy. Jim's a busy guy, and we're really stoked to get to spend 2 hours talking about fishing, talking about what he loves, talking about what you love, and that's fishing. And if you want to be a part of Let's Talk Hookup this morning, we want to hear from you. There's 2 ways you can be a part of the show this morning, and first is with our local line, which is 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's a local number. Or you can reach us on our toll-free line. That's 877-792-1090. Again, 877-792-1090. And whoa, you want to talk about an unbelievable prize that we're going to get to give away at the end of the show today. And thanks so much to Jim Hughes and the Cortez. How about this? One lucky caller at the end of the show today is going to get to go on any 1.5 or 2.5 open party trip on board the Cortez, and you get to bring your fishing buddy with you. Wow. Whether that's your son, your daughter, your best bud, your friend, your wife, whoever, there's a trip for one person and a guest going on any open party 1.5 or 2.5 day trip on the Cortez, exactly, with availability, which, as we know, Cortez is a charter boat, and you're going to have to keep an eye on when those open party trips pop up. But when they do, you and a guest are going to get to go on that trip. Unbelievable. That's so cool, Jim.
Indeed. Thank you, Jim. That was very generous.
Well, I hate people going fishing by themselves.
Wow.
Nobody likes to do that.
That's pretty cool.
I just think that's so cool. Again, if you want to get your shot at that awesome prize, or better yet, your chance to talk to the man, Captain Jim Hughes, 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. When we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
There is an undisclosed paradise waiting for you in your own backyard. It's the La Misión Hotel in beautiful Loreto, Baja California. Experience one of the few towns that has truly kept the spirit of old Baja, combined with the luxury of a 5-star hotel. Old Mission traditions, authentic lifestyle, and a wealth of Mexican culture still lives at the La Misión Hotel. Situated on the water and just steps from the harbor, take advantage of the fantastic fishing and natural beauty of the Sea of Cortez and the islands of Loreto. Loreto has long been known as the Dorado capital of the world, but huge tuna, wahoo, marlin, yellowtail, and pargo are abundant too. La Misión Hotel can set up affordable fishing trips, dive packages, and family fun adventures to enjoy the rich natural abundance of Loreto. La Misión also has a fantastic spa, fine dining at Los Olivos restaurant, and the famous pizza grill will amaze and stimulate your palate. Relax, fish, and enjoy the beauty and adventure of Loreto at the La Misión Hotel. Fishing and other very affordable packages are available. Once you go, you're hooked. Check LaMisionLoreto.com for details. La Misión, the beauty and fun of Loreto, is waiting for you.
Hey, it's happening today and tomorrow. That is the Los Angeles Boat Show at the Fairplex in Pomona. That's convenient from all points in Southern California.
Again, today, tomorrow, you're going to see the newest models, all the latest marine gear and tech gadgets, accessories, anything and everything that a boater needs.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, not a good weekend to be out on the water this weekend, so why not go to the boat show at the Fairplex? You'll find a wide range of new products and services that make owning and operating a boat more enjoyable.
It's going to be from today, from 10 to 8, tomorrow from 10 to 6. Admission is just $15. Kids 12 and under are free, and discounts are available for active U.S. military.
Indeed. Got a boat with your name on it. The Los Angeles Boat Show happening today and tomorrow at the Fairplex in Pomona. For more information or purchase tickets online, visit LosAngelesBoatShow.com.
When it comes to Southern California sport fishing, 2 names stand out. Fisherman's Landing Tackle and Shimano. Hi, this is Doug Kern. No one makes more lures that get bit by more fish than Shimano. Colt Sniper jigs, Colt Sniper jerkbaits, Pop Orca, Butterfly, and the amazing Shimano Flatfall jig. Our professional saltwater experts at Fisherman's Landing Tackle will help you choose the right Shimano jig for your next trip. When it comes to Shimano jigs, you owe it to yourself to visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego or on the web at saltwatertackle.com.
Quality is the name of the game at Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay. Free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, plus a great fleet. It's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute, Tomahawk, Prowler, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
This is Captain Mark Rayer for Genren Sport Fishing. Located on the Sea of Cortez, we will show you a fishing experience that will exceed your expectations. Genren boats are outfitted with all accurate reels from the smallest Valiant 300 to the beefy ATDs. Simrad electronics, Fraser gyro binoculars, and cruise with a passion to fish is just part of what makes us number one. Also, Cabo Yachts Vaquera has a Seakeeper for your comfort. For 2 live webcams and up-to-date fish report, accommodation packages, check out TeamGenren.com. We pick up at Rancho Leonero and all East Cape locations. So let's go fishing.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
All right, phones are packed up. Only one line open if you want to get through. That is at 877-792-1090. Very generous offer that we're throwing out today to one lucky caller, winner and a guest.
Crazy.
So 2 people get to go on a day and a half or 2.5 day open party trip through June of 2020 on availability, of course, because so you better stay on that availability, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you do that through open party stuff through C4 Sports.
Correct.
Fishing.
Yeah.
Can you get on a list there, or?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But if you call me,
watch them.
yeah, you call me, then I can tell you when we're going to do open party.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. And, of course, you have Cortez Sport Fishing Charters on the web, CortezSportFishing.com, and that's an easy way to contact you.
Yes.
Shoot you an
got my
email,
phone number on there, email.
the whole deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, phones are packed. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to start it off with Hollis calling us from Santee. Good morning, Hollis. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk Hookup.
What's up, Hollis?
I'm not getting Adam. For some reason, I'm not clicking here. So we're having some technical problems.
Hello.
Hollis? Good morning,
Hello.
Hollis.
Hello.
There you are. What's up, buddy?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
What's up, Hollis?
What is the most interesting way you have caught a fish on your boat? Thank you, guys.
Most interesting way you've caught fish.
Wow. That's a good question.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I would say the double trouble, a big tuna eating it, going down to the bottom, and catching a grouper on the other end.
Get out of
Oh,
here.
yeah.
What?
Several times.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Several times.
Several times.
So, explain a double trouble for somebody not familiar.
Okay. Usually on a kite.
Mm-hmm.
Have 2 baits on.
Okay.
With 2 hooks.
So main line goes to a swivel.
To a
and there's
swivel with
two
2 fathom long.
Yeah.
Going to
2
some
6-foot piece of line with hooks on them.
With hooks on them.
Okay.
They're baited. They're flipping on the surface.
You got 2 baits at once, flipping around, both with hooks in them.
Bait each one of them.
Big tuna eats it.
Goes down towards the bottom because you're only fishing 80, 90 fathoms.
Okay.
And a grouper eats the other one.
While he's down there fighting against you, there's still that other sardine on the other hook flipping around.
Correct.
And the grouper eats it.
Grouper eats the other hook, so you have a grouper and a giant tuna on the line.
I've seen that several times.
Get out of here.
Several times.
Yes.
Wow.
It's almost becoming not unusual.
That's
like,
crazy.
What's the biggest tuna and biggest grouper on that double trouble?
Oh, no. Tuna's been like, I think Susan had a 300 or 250, 290 or something like that.
Oh.
And had a grouper at the other end. It was like 7 or 8 pounds.
Oh, my gosh. That's a good one.
That's a very good one.
That's a real good one. And that's long-range fishing.
Yeah,
right?
that's
you
pretty
just
cool.
Don't see that everywhere.
No, you don't.
Yeah, anywhere in the world, I would guess, for that, for sure. All right, that frees up 858-457-1090. Let's talk to Dennis calling us from Norwalk. Good morning, Dennis.
Yes. Good morning, gang.
Good morning, Dennis.
Yes, I just have a question for your guest there. And it's been a long, long time ago that I fished up the Cortez banks when you used to use 5 pounds of lead, if you remember those days.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I heard on my other fishing show that they're talking about changing the regulations for the rock cod fishing, the depth-wise.
Yes, they are. They've changed it a lot out to 75 fathoms. That won't go into effect until March 1st.
Right.
As far as the Calcod conservation zones, they're going to still remain the same. That's still a Calcod area, and that in the 43.
Tanner?
At Tanner and the 43.
43.
So as far as in the local areas.
So can you fish 75 fathoms at the Cortez or Tanner?
No.
You cannot. So
No.
where can you fish?
You can fish 20 fathoms and up.
20 and up.
On the bank.
On the bank.
On the bank itself.
So on the 43, the Cortez, the Tanner.
But it opens up a lot of other areas as far as along the coast and around the outside edge of the island.
Okay. So like around Catalina Island, San Clemente Island, you can fish the 75 fathoms.
Yes, there's still some restricted areas there, with the
Calcod closures.
Yeah, Calcod closures. So you got to keep an eye on it. They're putting out exactly the coordinates of where it's going to be, where the line is. So those of you that have plotters, you can plot that in. Those of you that have the Furuno net, Navnet, they have a C-map, and those are all. They will be inputted in.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They did that for all the MLPAs. And being this is a federal law, a federal stuff as far as opening up the stuff, I think those lines will be in there.
And so along the coast, you can fish up to 75 fathoms.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's going to open up a lot of new territory, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Do you do any rock fishing on the Cortez?
Well, we used to do, a long time ago, and it's now everything with being in Mexico, the rockfish being closed in January and February, and plus fishing's been so good in the summertime, a lot of our rock cutters don't go too much.
So you don't do a lot of rockfish?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we did on our last trip on that 5-day, on the Royal. We went in.
That was one of my favorite stories that Frank was telling us about, about the trip. And I know you said at the landing that guys were having such good fishing at Guadalupe that they had caught all the tuna they wanted. And is there any way we can go catch some reds on our last day? And so they literally left Guadalupe. You left Guadalupe with biting yellowfin because the guys were tired and caught too many, and so that we could go catch some reds.
Yes.
And how was that fishing?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Some lake cod, some reds, a lot of other googly gocks.
I mean, that's how those trips, quote unquote, always were. The after Christmas trip was always a rock cod, ling cod trip that hopefully you caught a couple of yellowtail on.
Absolutely.
Not a let's go to Guadalupe and load up on 60 to 150 pound tuna.
That's right. And there was 3 of us there. Renee was there, and I think Paul and the Royal Star was there. And it was very good fishing.
That's so cool.
Stayed busy.
After Christmas,
it was windy, but it was good fishing.
If you catch a fish in Mexican waters like a cow cod, can you keep it?
It's up for debate, but yes, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just there's always kind of some gray area confusion there.
The fishing game now is trying to say whatever is not legal in California is not going to be. I mean, they're developing a list of what's not legal. Like there's some of the groupers now that they've caught. If they're not legal to be in California, you can't have them down there. So
that doesn't make
that's
any
remaining.
Sense,
yeah, but that's.
I think cowcod's one of the things that might be on that list too.
Yeah.
I'm with Jim. And the problem with rockfish is trying to stay current with regulations is almost impossible.
Yep.
And I think that cowcod might be one of those same things. But it's a fish that's legal. It's a fish that is completely legal for you to catch down there.
Yes.
I think if they took you to court on it, you could argue it.
It would be a good gray area.
Yeah.
That's what you see, though. But that cowcod is built up. I mean, that the Boccaccio thing, that's going to be coming off the list pretty soon. Yeah. And what they thought the cowcod would take 100 years, it looks like that stock's going to be completely rebuilt here.
That's great
shortly.
News. Yeah.
So,
it's good news.
Yeah,
absolutely. All the surveys say that. So.
Yeah. Very good news, and thus the reason we're getting 75 fathoms back is because they've built back those stocks.
Yeah, and the guys got to watch their P's and Q's, and they don't fish 76 fathoms.
Yeah,
right.
So.
And use the sending devices too. That's the other key.
And these lines aren't necessarily they're going to be cutting off other areas that would normally be legal. because just the way the shoreline grows and around the islands and stuff like that. But you got to stay inside those lines. It's very, very important.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that. Let's find out what's biting with the Cast Man, Richard Castaneda from Cast Tours.
And today, that catch report is sponsored by Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading fish hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation, strength and durability. You should make the Gamakatsu Nautilus hook your go-to hook. It has the strength and durability as well as the right design to make it easy to hook your bait and put fish on the deck. Get Gamakatsu Nautilus hooks at your favorite tackle store. And I will say there's been some rumors, we've even talked about a little bit, some rumors of a new hook coming out. Should be available at Fred Hall. This will be a game changer from Gamakatsu for the way that we fish in Southern California.
Are you saying that you've seen this?
I have. Yeah, I got to see it. It's a really, really good hook.
Awesome
and it's supposed to be available for purchase at Fred Hall.
Yeah.
We're stoked.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
we'll be able to tell you all about it here on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Cass Man.
What's up, Cass?
Hey, buenos dias, boys. Hope everything's going good for you guys like it is for me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be better,
glad it is, Cass.
Yep, life is good. Hey, listen, they really had a flurry of wahoo there at San Jose del Cabo, right around the corner there from the marina at Punta Gordo. Just about a 10, 15-minute run just out of the harbor there. But really, just went crazy there for 2-3 days. The report I got from Eric Brixton there, Gordo Banks Bonga, indicated, I guess, they're on a spawn right now, but they were getting some wahoo up to 50 pounds. And like you say, some of the boats got up to 6. Most of them being taken on live chihuili, being trolled really slow with a double wire hookup. Also ballyhoo, and a few taken on the Impalas, the X-Rap 30s. But, yeah, I mean, unusual, but it's happening. Still a few tuna being caught at the Inner Gordo Bank, up to about 90, 100 pounds. Not a lot, but there's guys that are working on them, getting some nice quality tuna. Up at the Iman Bank there, kind of tuna year-round up there. They're getting a few. North winds have really played a big part of not being able to get up in that area because of the north winds. But the Cabo fleet has been fishing the Pacific side, and striped marlin there, really nice. 2-3 releases per boat per day. Of course, the usual spots right around the arch itself, up to the Golden Gate behind me, and of course the Finger Bank has been producing some good catches of striped marlin. Also Dorado, getting some nice quality Dorado, kind of mid-water there between the banks. They're picking up some Dorado, locating the schools of tuna under the porpoise, about 30, 35 miles out. Not big fish, it's typical 20, 25, 30-pound fish. Over in Ixtapa Zihuatanejo there, blue waters right to the mouth of the harbor, so they're fishing really close to the beach there. They're getting the sails and big sails. They're looking at 100, 110-pound sails, 2 to 3 releases per boat per day there. A few blue marlin mixed in, a few bull dorado mixed in, of course, along the beaches there, jacks, and a few big roosters. But some really good fishing going on, Pete. And anybody wants to book a trip down to southern Baja, mainland Mexico, Central America, South America. By the way, talking about South America, I've discovered a really outstanding peacock bass fishing in Colombia. That area has not been fished.
Oh, Jim Hughes wants to go.
Yeah.
They haven't been fished in quite a while because of all the stuff that was going on with the FARC, the guerrillas, and
cartels,
and all that stuff, that was going on for all those years. Well, that's all calmed down now, and so they're starting to open up some really good fishing rivers down there and lakes, and I'm working on one right now, and hopefully I'll have it together in about a week. I've just got to get some dates set with the operator there that's running that, but it's big peacocks. I mean, it's, of course, and a ton of other Paiaras and, just all those other exotic fish you get out of the Amazon. Well, it's in Colombia. And anyway, looking forward to that trip. I've been wanting to go for years, but, man, I tell you, just the situation down there was so bad you don't dare go. But now it's good.
Anytime Cass discovers something new is always good.
Yeah, well, I only go when it's safe.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a little chicken when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you and me both. That's why you go with Cass, because he knows the political issues.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, listen, you guys take care, and I'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
All right.
Cass,
Thanks,
man.
Cass, man. Appreciate that very much. All right, phones are packed up. let's go ahead and jump into it.
You got it. How about we talk to Rich, who's calling us from Bradley this morning. Hi, Rich. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Rich.
Good morning.
More Rich.
I've got a question for the captain. I'm hoping maybe he can explain what his fish processing program is like on the Cortez, and if fish can be made ready for travel for when you get off the boat, and what's this like sleeping accommodations and the galley like on the Cortez?
Okay, well, as far as your first question is, we can fillet the fish on the boat, which we do probably 90% of our groups. We fillet them, we put them in whatever size pack you want. We have a heavy-duty Ziplocs that I buy. They're very expensive, and we try to get all the air out and stuff like that, so they're ready to go right into that. And if you want them in, sliced up, whatever size you want, we'll do that. As far as the tuna, there's certain regulations that we have to follow, so they can only be in certain sizes. We have to be able to actually put the fish back together in 6 pieces. So we're sort of limited into that. We got a fish processor right down the street from us, just a short walk. Plus you can have a 5-star or fisherman's processing come over the landing as long as you make arrangements beforehand, before you leave on the trip. As far as our sleeping, we're open berthing. We actually can sleep 23 people on the boat, but we have large bunks. We have dividers in it, and a lot of times we take the dividers out because most of our groups are only 14. So, and that's pretty much it,
So with the new fillet regulations for tuna, you catch a 200-pounder or a 150-pounder, how do you put that in a bag?
We slice it up, and we put it in 6 pieces. And we put them, instead of a Ziploc, they get a big, giant trash bag.
But it has to be in the same bag?
You have to be no, it doesn't necessarily have to be. As long as they're labeled, and we can put that same fish back together.
Okay.
And the fishing game guys have been pretty understanding.
Well,
that fish that big, they can't.
And if I remember correctly, you were instrumental in that happening, because what was going to happen was no fillet, period. Like that was what the thing was. And if I remember right, it was you and your crew that showed Department of Fish and Wildlife, you were the test boat of, look, we can still fillet and meet what regulations you're trying to uphold. I mean, I know it's not as ideal as cutting it into 1-pound pieces and putting it into Ziplocs, but the alternative was nothing. And if I remember right, it was your boat that was the ones that showed them, like, look, we can still do this and meet what you're trying to do.
We went up to National Marine Fisheries. We went up to the fishing game. We did this several times on my boat to show how we could do this. Fishing game wanted it one way, and I said, well, let's do it like we do it when people want the collars, the belly. And the head of the fishing game out of Alameda, so he saw the whole thing, and he says, okay, let's see how this works. And he brought 6 fishing game guys down to the boat, and we processed all the fish. We put them in coolers. They had to identify them. When the identification process went through and everybody could identify it, they jumped on it. They say they loved it because we were going to get one bite of the apple at this.
Yeah.
And they said, if we can't do this, there'll be no filleting of any sort on any vessel. And so we showed them we could do this, and that's what led to all this.
Totally. And their justification for it is?
Well, they want to be able to identify. The problem was the fishing game, the officers, the attrition rate's horrible. I mean, they're in there for 2-3 years. It's a leading step into law enforcement.
Right.
And so, I mean, you look at the guys north of Point Conception, they got to learn, a couple hundred different kind of rockfish and stuff like that. And these guys down here in San Diego, which is one of the training centers, they got to do the mountain stuff, the deer and so on, and plus the fish stuff. And so there's a lot of regulations they got to keep up on. And it was a lot, and so they wanted to make sure these guys can identify these fish. So,
because it's not all the same now with, only being able to keep 2 bluefin but 5 yellowfin. You got to be able to, you can't just have a red piece of meat in a bag and say, oh, no, that's not a bluefin, it's a yellowfin. There's got to be a way to adhere to the limits.
And we tried to show them, with our National Marine Fisheries meeting that we had up there in La Jolla, and try to say, well, bluefin's got a fatter stomach, shorter fins, they got blue fins, And there was no written science on that. There's 28 scientists in there, and they said there's no written science on the color of fins. I said, well, that's how they got their name.
Yeah.
and we showed them the yellowfin, bluefin. So we ended up getting 4 albacore, 4 yellowfin, 4 bluefin, and skipjack. And there's no limit on skipjack, so that wasn't an issue. But the other ones they need to identify. Well, the first process came up with the fish came out of the pins down below. Ted Dunn donated. They said, oh, that's because they were in the pins. That's why their meat's fatter in the stomach, And so we had a couple guys that were out fishing the banks in Tanner. They brought in a couple, donated them. So we did this whole process again. But once the Fish and Game guys came down and identified them out of each one of the coolers, they jumped on it, and we're thankful for it.
Yeah, definitely thankful for that. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great information with Jim. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Pete here to tell you about our friends Jim and Mary and their incredible crew at Poway Valley Collision. I hear it all the time. Hey, I took my car to Poway Valley Collision, and you were right. Mentioned you guys, and they gave us the VIP treatment, fixed our car, and even gave us a special price. Believe me when I say Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them now, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And I'm not fooling. Our listeners can save hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, and Wawanesa, and more. All you do is call Jim, Mary, or any of their team members, and they do all the rest. No hassles, just top-notch work and VIP treatment. I had my car repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire AFCO clothing line is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find AFCO products, go to AFCO.com and find a dealer near you.
It's time to talk about great products from Shimano. We're talking about Big Bluefin. We're talking about bluefin in general. What reel and rod are you going to set them up with?
Oh, there's never been a reel ever made better than that Talica 2-speed. If you're talking these big fish right now, Talica 22-speed, full of 100-pound Power Pro, a little 100-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon leader, because you can fish your flat fall, you can fish a sinker rig, you can fish a fly line rig, anything you wanted. You've got a reel that's still small enough and fits in your hand. You could cast a bait to a 50-pounder, or if you tie into a 200-pound bluefin on a flat fall, you're still in the driver's seat. I love that reel.
You match that with the Therese rail rod. If you want to fish 100-pound, what are you going to do, the double XH?
I like the XH. I think the XH for 100... that's the bubble. That's the bubble rod. You could definitely fish a double X for 100 for sure. For sure, you could. Yeah. I love them. Absolutely love that combo.
So check it out at your local Shimano dealer. The Talica Therese combo. It can't be beat.
38 years ago, my parents started Fastlane Sailing Center. They sold catamarans because they wanted to do what they loved and sell what they loved to do. They wanted to share their passion with others. Share the stoke. I'm Hayden Lane, and over the last 3 decades, my parents have shared that passion with thousands of people. My brother, sister, and I among them. We grew up right there at the shop in Dana Landing Marina in Mission Bay, sailing on the bay, fishing off the docks, and later off the Hobie Mirage kayaks. We grew up surrounded by the water. Our shop was filled with tools that Hobie and other brands have made to enjoy on the water. And I use them all. I mean all of them. Wouldn't you? So when you come into the shop, you're not going to hear a salesperson trying to convince you to buy something. You're going to hear us bragging about how much fun we have on these toys and telling you to do the same. We test every product out there, and we only sell the best because we want to use the best. So check out our website at FastlaneKayaking.com or get on down to the shop in Dana Landing and find your next adventure.
XEPRS 1090 AM Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Hey, sad news to report. This past August, we lost a hardcore listener, Ricky Lee Johnston. This guy was an avid listener of ours, and died suddenly past August. And I'll tell you what, he was an amazing guy because he was blind, and he still fished. His wife, Julianne Marie, wrote me and said that his 3 favorite things in the world being on the ocean, catching fish, and surfing and listening to Let's Talk Hookup and Football on the radio.
That's awesome,
So, how
man.
about that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so today would have been his 55th birthday. So his wife asked me to dedicate the radio show for him, Ricky Lee Johnston today, and that's what we're doing.
That's
so,
right.
Ricky Lee, we miss you here, and hope you're catching lots of fish up there.
Yep, good call, Pete. That's right. Well, the phones are packed up. Everybody's excited to talk to Jim, so we're going to jump right back into him. Let's talk to Hills, who's calling us from Ventura this morning. Hey, Hills, welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Hills.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, I wanted to ask Jim, you know, he sounds like a pretty nice guy. And I was wondering, how did he get the nickname Rambo?
Yeah, that's a good question, Hills.
You know, it's I don't know, really. No, I just keep going, you know, and just...
Relentless.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know?
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Probably always best to ask, you know, anytime somebody's got a nickname like that, you're always better to ask their knucklehead buddies than you are the person, because they're always going to have the better story than the man himself.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, Hills, I got a guy to ask right now. Let's ask Captain Roy Rose, calling us live from the Royal Polaris. Roy, how come we call him Rambo?
Hey.
Morning, Roy.
Oh, he's on the boat?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, good morning, Jim. How you doing?
Good. Good, Roy.
Doing good. Well, we're testing out that refrigeration you were working on, Rambo.
That's
And
good.
It's working good.
We like it.
We got a lot of nice fish on here. We've been scratching away basically at 20 to 25 fish a day. They're anywhere from 80 to 120 would be the averages. And every day you get a handful of fish out of 140 to 170. And then we've been getting a few 200-pounders every day. We've got 15 fish over 2, 1 over 3.
Woo!
Butch Brown, this dude has been on the boat in 10 years on a long cruise. He's got a 338, a 292, 248. He just got a 232. And, like I said, it's like, never skipped a beat.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
He's getting them. He's
That's
absolutely getting them. You need to get a U-Haul or something, he told me.
Yeah, no kidding. How long you been out there, Roy?
We've been out here about, 7 days, I believe it is now. And we did some wahoo fishing before we settled in on this tuna. We got a little over 100 wahoo, so we've got a very nice, well-rounded trip here. A lot of good filler, and like I said, every time you put your line in the water, you got to shot it up big. And
this is Taka's trip.
Awesome.
This is Taka's trip. There's a lot of good guys on there, yeah.
It's long-range fishing at its finest right there.
Yeah.
Classic long-range fishing on the Royal Polaris. And you got a few more days to fish, or are you pretty full?
No, we got the rest of the day and tomorrow, and then we'll be out of here. So we'll see what we can scrape up. It's been an afternoon deal. You know, get a few shots in the morning, but it's been better in the afternoon. It makes for a kind of a long day, but once they get on, you're 3 o'clock on.
That's good scraping.
That's
That's really good scraping.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So again,
we keep it up.
So again, Roy, I know there are some spots on the Royal Polaris available. If you want to go fishing, sounds like it's game on right now on the long-range fleet, right?
Absolutely. I know they're getting some nice fishing there on the beach as well. I'm sure those other guys called in, but there's fish out there. Like I said, a lot of guys are thinking, oh, I'm not going to go because of this or that, but you just need to come on out and give it a shot. I mean, you know, you ain't going to catch them on your couch. I know that.
That's the truth, man.
Exactly.
What a great trip, Roy. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, keep getting them. When are you back in San Diego, Roy?
We're going to get back the 18th. We'll be there bright and early. Unload all the fish, get booked. We're going to have a couple days in, but we're turning back around on an 18-day trip. And if anybody wants to come out, I know we got a few spots available on a few of the trips. You have to call the office. And the number there would be 9-226-8030. And check in with Monica and see what's available.
All right, Captain Roy Rose live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean,
you're
out
not
on the
kidding.
hurricane bank there. Roy Rose on the Royal Polaris. Keep getting them, Roy, and thanks for the check. We sure appreciate that very much indeed. You know, I was on the Royal Polaris with Captain Steve Loomis and Captain Frank Lopresti when I first heard that term. Steve Loomis sat next to me and he goes, you know, you're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And it's like, you look around there, you are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yes,
when
you
you're
are.
at Hurricane Bank,
yes,
right?
you are.
You're 1,000 miles from everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
Being the machinery guy that you are and the engineer that you are on the boats, like you gotta have your machinery in tip-top shape to be going, because you're a long way from anything.
That's right.
You're a long way from the type of help that isn't even helpful enough. You know, like you.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to be ship-shape to be out there.
You have to. Everything needs to be working.
Yeah.
You know, and if you have a chance to get it to working before, I mean, sometimes the boat does a 3-hour turnaround. You better make sure it's working.
Yeah.
Especially on these 18 days.
The backup needs to be working.
The backup needs to be working, and the header backup needs to be working.
Yeah.
You want to make sure everything's working. There's no reason, and that boat runs a lot.
Yes, it does.
And it's very rare that they're going to be in for a day and a half or 2 days, But it gives you a chance to, make sure everything's working.
Yeah. Catch up.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's part of being a captain like you, is you have to be a captain, fish finder, a mechanic,
fabricator,
everything, right?
You got to be able to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
To
refrigeration specialist. I mean, everything.
It's one thing to take care of the product and the fish and stuff like that. That's what the people come out for. But you got to remember, you're taking all these people out there too.
Yeah.
And they want to get back.
Yes.
So you got to make sure everything's working. I mean, a lot of these guys spend a lot of this winter time, off season on, what are we going to do with the boat this year? It's making sure everything's good. Because there's no store out there you're going to buy parts from.
Right.
So you have your spares. You got to make sure you're changing all your hose clamps. Hoses are all good. Everything's mechanically sound. I mean, that's what it is. It's not just fishing.
Yeah. How often do you change your hose clamps?
We go through everything every year.
Every year.
Every year.
No kidding.
Yes.
Do you change every one, or you just take a look at them?
I'll take a look at them, check them. I'll try to tighten them, and if they break, then we change it and put a new one. If they stay tight and it's good, And then other ones, we'll put some T-bolt clamps on that we need, it's a thicker band type clamps. But it's important. And check the hoses, We change the hose. Some of the hoses we just change every year.
Yeah.
Obviously we have a lot of supply left, so we have leftover parts, but we keep, 2 or 3 of them on the boat.
Sure. Because when the fish are biting, you don't want to be doing that.
No.
You got to go fishing.
There's a lot of things to worry about when the fish are biting.
Yeah.
I mean, just
whether a boat's going to run is not one of them.
Yeah, that's it.
Think about the systems that are involved on a boat like that, other than just the obvious. There's motors and generators, sure, but fish holds and air conditioning for bunk rooms and, all the stoves and bathrooms and plumbing. I mean, there is so much stuff on a boat that, that task for an entire year's worth of operation is up to the owner and his, 4 or 5 crew members. And I mean, that's
absolutely.
it. Like, that's a machine. There's hundreds of mechanical systems on those boats that have to be running all year long. Like, it's crazy when you think about it, because we, and I mean myself, like we as passengers, we don't think about it because they all, for the most part, all those boats run so smooth, you just don't think about all the things that are involved to keep it that way.
And we got a good, the long-range fleet here keeps up on all their stuff. I mean, all of them. They do a very good job, trying to make sure everything's running perfectly because, it's an embarrassment, too, when it doesn't.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's things that you can't help, but on the other side of it is if there's stuff you can help and fix it and get it right. That's why these long-range boats are, when they're in the yard for 36, 40 days, 50 days to get stuff done.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. I dig it, man. I dig it.
Well, phones are packed. They want to talk to Captain Jim Hughes from the Cortez, so let's jump into it, Rick.
Sounds good. How about we talk to another Rick? Rick calling from Lemon Grove. Good morning, Rick. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Rick. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen and Captain.
Morning.
That last question about being in the middle of the ocean actually brought up another one. But my first question originally was, for someone who gets seasick, how do you read a weather report in the way of, I guess, wind, whatever, to determine how the swells are going to be?
With this information that we can get nowadays, we can get it out a week ahead of time. I mean, we'll know what the swell is, and it's been very, very accurate.
It's unbelievable how.
I mean, it is. The forecasters, I always say the weatherman's the best job in the world. You can be wrong every day and still have a job.
Yeah.
But on the other side of this, when it comes out to the ocean like that, there's 3 or 4 different programs, that we use.
So what do you use?
I use Windy TY.
Windy TY.
It works very, very well.
Super reliable.
It is. And then the sailing one, Sailing Wind, that works good, yeah. A lot of guys use the buoy weather. So you can combine all of it and get a good education on what's going to happen.
Yeah, indeed.
So.
Yeah, the nice thing, like Windy TY is like my go-to thing.
Yeah. Same with me. I love it.
But then when you want to know the period and how then buoy weather a lot of times it will show you that period.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, because 20 knots at 8 seconds is real different than 20 knots at
12 seconds.
12 seconds,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah,
It's night and day difference.
Wind is our most common deterrent for poor weather. We don't often have giant swell, and we don't often have super short periods. I mean, do we get it? Of course. But wind is like most commonly what's going to create your discomfort most often. I mean, you should always check everything for sure, but wind you can kind of set your watch to. If you're looking at a wind model and it's showing 20 knots plus, you can pretty much bank on the fact that it's not going to be all that nice. Because even big swell with no wind on it is not the end of the world. I mean, and case in point is right now, the swell was giant. We were offshore the other day in that real big swell, and when you were offshore, the swell is so far apart, you would think that you basically think it's flat, calm ocean. You just don't realize it when they're really spread apart, because it's like you're just driving up a real long hill and driving down a real long hill. But when they're stacked up on top of each other, it's a whole other story.
And you can tell when the wind's blowing somewhere else.
Right.
I mean, you can feel it in the water. I mean, everything starts getting tightened up and shortened up like that, and we get some wind coming.
It's coming. Yeah.
It might not get here in the next hour or so, but it's going to get here.
It's coming. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. Hang on, it's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
It's back. The Big Bay Bass Tournament and Dana Landing in Mission Bay will host the 7th Annual Ultimate Bay Bass Seminar and Sale Sunday, January 27th. It all starts with a live Let's Talk Hookup broadcast at 7, followed by the ultimate panel discussion next door at Fast Lane Kayaks with Benny Florentino, Afron Abutin, Corey Sandin, and Matt Moyer. Learn the best techniques for catching fish in the bay. Get free lunch from Traeger Grills. Plus, almost everything will be on sale at Dana Landing. We're talking big discounts on the tackle you need from all the top manufacturers. Over 20 different tackle representatives and vendors will be on hand to answer your questions. From Fisherman's Processing to Pure Fishing, Seeker, Phoenix, Daiwa, Salty Crew, Cedros Kayak Fishing, and more. Sign up for CCA at the Dana Landing event and receive a $40 gift card. It's one day only, Sunday, January 27th, and only at Dana Landing, right across from SeaWorld, next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
Fifth Avenue Insurance has a new name. It's Snap Insurance, still providing anglers and boaters with the best in boat insurance and the lowest rates. The experts at Snap Insurance will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Traveling to Mexico? Snap has you covered. You can even work with your agent to wrap your home and auto with your boat policy to save even more. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Snap Insurance, 800-527-6617 or snapins.com. That's SNAPPINS.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader.
The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWarmerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
We all need to get around, but we all need something different from our vehicles. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have you covered if you're looking for a new truck this month. Plus, it's SUV season, so they have great deals for everyone. Whether it's a new EcoSport that is nimble and fun around town, or the Ford Explorer that is capable of putting a boat in the water and has seating for 7, Ford has you covered. Ford trucks and SUVs aren't just powerful and legendary. They have the latest technology that helps you seamlessly connect your smartphone and ensure you're safe on the road. Features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist on trucks are truly a game changer at the ramp, helping you back up a trailer by simply turning a knob on the dash and doing the hard work for you. So check out all the great deals during SUV season and save some money on the right gear for you. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealers today. They'll be glad to hook you up. This is Pete Gray to tell you about one of my favorite places to fish in the world. It's Whalers Cove Lodge in Angoon, Alaska. For several years now, we've been hosting groups at Whalers Cove, and this is certainly one trip I do not miss. Each year, the Powers family makes great improvements to the lodge that make this great lodge even better. New rooms, new boats, new fish processing facilities, new outdoor kitchen. The list goes on and on. As for fishing, the calm waters around Whalers Cove are 100 miles from any large town, so you will enjoy wilderness adventure without the crowds. Whalers Cove Lodge has some of the best salt and freshwater fishing in Alaska, and there's no need for a bumpy boat ride for hours. You can find productive fishing for salmon, halibut, and rockfish just 10 minutes from the lodge. Here's the deal. The word is out on Whalers Cove, so you want to go? Book soon. WhalersCoveLodge.com or call 800-423-3123. WhalersCoveLodge.com for the Alaska fishing experience of a lifetime.